just talk the way we talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
definitely. Can't just share it for me. Let me have it
I
not
tell
lock
you,
on.
we're live on the elite page.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, we're live. We're live right now. Hey, June, it's still pretty loud, bro. I'm gonna turn down your mic a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you're just tuning in, we are going to be starting in just a few minutes talking about the Memorial Day tournament for the Elite Series. We have Memorial Day Classic in Chicago, and then we got the Elite. It's Elite Memorial Showdown, correct?
Yep. Memorial Elite Showdown, West Virginia.
Yeah,
Highland Sports Park.
yeah. So we got two big Day weekend tournaments. We got the Chicago one, and then we got the West Virginia one as well. We got a lot of talent in both of those tournaments. The Elite Series, as you see, we have our today's show. We're going to go over a bunch of different stuff. We're going to go over the games that you're going to be seeing. Me and June are going to talk about it, seeing our point of views as the outsiders from at that tournament, my perspective on what's going on at West Virginia from what I can see, and then of course his perspective looking in with Chicago, because I know that we have a lot of teams that kind of go both ways. Overall, talking about just getting going. Exactly. So there's gonna be a lot of great stuff. So we're just gonna shoot it off. Jeremy's gonna pop in a little bit. If you're interested in coming on tonight, saying your mind from the tournaments, let us know. We are live on 4 different pages right now. We are live on Northfield YouTube, the Elite Series, the Elite Flag Football League page, Northfield Plus, and then our regular Northfield as well. So definitely make sure you tune in too, because both of our pages will be live streamed all weekend, if I'm not correct. June, what page to go to for you guys, at least over there?
So currently, right now, we'll be streaming on the Elite Flag Football League. That's where we'll do a couple stream games. That's where we'll be doing our live graphics. Basically, with this tournament, we had some time to actually settle in and do a lot of in-house graphics. So you're going to see game day graphics. You're going to see final score graphics. And you're going to see all the way to the pool play. You know what I mean? So essentially a little bit what they've seen in Vegas, but, we're going to turn it up a notch where we could make sure we stay in tune for everybody for Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, man, I can't agree. We're working hard behind that scenes, making sure that even the tournament series itself kind of looks and sync for what we're going on, the bigger vision media wise, because that's our goal. And that's one thing that me and you talked about the most, was making sure we're getting those game scores out there. I know for us as well, we're trying to incorporate even live action photos on our end. So it's going to
Yeah.
be a media on both sides in 2 different states, but we're just one big tournament series that we're supporting each other, even though we're going in. We'll pop in sometimes. If you tune into the Northfield live, you'll see sometimes you'll see maybe during intermission, in game changing and stuff, we may pop in the games from West Virginia if they're live, so you can tune in a little bit to see how that play is going on in another state. That is, all these teams are eventually going to meet each other anyways. So it's going to be cool to see how we're incorporate that more and more in these tournaments, just moving forward. And just more or less, everyone's going to be seeing each other. So it's going to be media wise, I think it's going to be out of the card. But we're going to kick it off with just our intro, and then we'll get right into things. And then, like I said, Jay should be popping in here shortly. He's finishing up a flag football game himself. So we're going to kick it off and get going. All right, welcome everyone. If you're just tuning in today's episode of the Comish podcast, we got me, myself, and then we got June, Mr. National Director, with us as well to talk about some flag football this Thursday night, which is kind of an off night. We're usually on Wednesdays, but we kind of did it on Thursday today. Before we get started, I do want to give a quick shout out to Combined Insurance Deb, the local agent over here. Shout out to her if you're looking to get sports insurance, protect your assets, protect you, because you can get that money back. Cover those medical expenses when you're hitting that field. But shout out to her. She's helping us make our summer league fee a little bit discounted. You can get $100 off by signing up at the tournament this weekend in Chicago, as well as 200 if you pay in full. So shout out to Deb. Definitely, you're gonna see her stuff around and catching her graphic, and everyone follow her page on Facebook. We're going to talk about we're going to start off in Chicago, and then we're going to get into West Virginia. Chicago to lead it off at the 5v5 men's contact open. We're actually doing it Saturday morning to try something new. So we're going to kick off today at 8 a.m. with the Elite versus NFE on field 1. And then we got on field 2, we got Midwest Bullies versus FYF. In this perspective, we'll go back through it. I'll give my opinions and what you kind of think from what you see, and I will talk about vice versa. And then you got at 8:35, you got the Elite versus Midwest Bullies on field 1. And then at 8:35 as well, on field 2, you got OTF versus Deadly Cows. And then at 9:10, you got Deadly Cows versus NFB on field 1, and then OTF versus FYF. And then, of course, you got top 4 make it in Chicago. And this is a 1K cash prize over here. And Drew will talk more about when he gets to his tournament, about his side and everything too. But, that Memorial Day tournament's been something we've been going on. The 5v5 has been a little bit of interesting for the Memorial Day. We've always had a consistent turnout. It's actually one tournament where I actually, those who know me, I broke my ankle at during 5v5. So 5v5 is a little special for me for this Memorial Day tournament, and some bittersweetness as well. But we definitely got the teams because the Elite, as we know, they showed themselves in Vegas. Am I right, June?
Yeah, you're right about that, man.
And then you got Midwest, and then you got NFE, which is basically Northfield Elite, pulled together a bunch of our guys, mixture of our elite players. So I've seen that roster. I know that roster. It's going to be a really good, tough game, that first game, opening day.
Ain't no tough game. We're running through that shit. We running through that shit. You know what I
mean? Man, all I got to say is this. NFE is going to come out the ball out, and the Elite's going to have to have that morning, get woken up a little bit. Because
I'm gonna be under investigation. I'm gonna be under investigation after this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shut up now about it. Hey,
shit, man.
You're gonna have to cut ties. And then you got the Midwest Bullies, which is a comp team that's actually going first time into 5-man with some guys that played 5-man, some new guys. So it's going to be interesting to see that. And then Team FYF is essentially some 4TF, old black shirts type of days, if you don't remember that team name, as well as you have some just new guys in general. So that's going to be interesting to see. And then we have OTF, which you guys should all know OTF. Anyone in Chicago kind of knows OTF. I mean, June, you've seen OTF here and there. Team's seen them.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see because they're playing Deadly Cows, which is a team I have honestly no knowledge about going into this. So I don't know what's going to kind of happen there. Maybe Deadly Cows are going to come out there and actually, surprise OTF because there's not really anything to know about Deadly Cows that OTF did. And they actually picked them. This schedule is actually draft pick. So Deadly Cows picked OTF. So, I mean, they're coming to play.
That's tough.
Yeah, man. So the 6 teams we got, it's going to be very interesting to see just in general the matchups. So definitely tune in. We're going to be some games of those are going to be live. Maybe not all the 5-man 5, but we're going to try to get at least one team each as one live game this weekend for the 5v5. And then, of course, tune in for the single elimination. We're going to be live at least especially for the championship game. It's going to be definitely interesting there. Then we'll go back into our 8-man for Chicago. You got our first game, which is a game. This remind you guys, this whole schedule for Chicago was been done by draft, and it went by pay in order. And some of the teams that did pay early got the advantage, and some did not. So it was kind of interesting to see there how that paid out. Unfortunately, a team such as in the first game, 4TF has a big weight because of that. They don't play again to the end of the game, which is going to be interesting to see. But you got a Chicago Fire D3 matchup. These versus 4TF. We've seen them multiple times here in Chicago, so we always know that's going to be a good game. I mean, if you guys watched back in January when they played at the national championship game, it was competitive. You saw exactly what was going on. I think we're going to see another big game there. And then again at 12:20, you got New Wave versus VGs at 12:20. Following that, we're all at one field in Chicago. So we're going to be continuously live right here on our page. And you got at 1:30, Alphas versus Gremlins are not a team to sleep on. Neither are Gremlins. So I definitely going to be interesting to see what happens there. It's definitely going to be very interesting. Kind of New Wave with their doubleheader. And then at 350, you have Alphas versus Reapers. Uh, Reapers are a consistent team that plays in elite. You guys seen them as well in Vegas. Uh, and, you know, they did their thing. They fought through that bracket. Then at 5 p.m., you got Usual Suspects versus Reapers. Usual Suspects, not a team as well to sleep on. They just finished off their season. They played competitive games over there in PPFL. Uh, so they're a team that's been around the block. That everyone knows them. And then you got
Dale
Reapers
otra.
at 5 p.m. And then at 6:10, you got Next Level versus Usual Suspects. And Next Level's right now in our comp league. Uh, and they're right now leading their pack. They're in first place going into this final week of the regular season for them. So that's a team right there that's been putting up numbers each week with some injuries. They just won the in-season tournament here in Chicago during our spring. So that was a big win for them. So they're not a team to sleep on. And then you got to go back to that 4TF Next Level, which is going to be another great game because I definitely think we're going to see a lot more of Next Level at these tournaments, local and far, as well as the Alphas and Usual Suspects. So I think these are new teams, and same with Gremlins, some new teams in Chicago that are stepping up, playing more. I think we're going to see a lot of them. And then, June, do you want to get into your D3 for the eights?
Yeah, so currently right now you got we got a mixed pool play. So what we're doing, we're mixing everybody up in a pot. You're gonna get some great competition out of your out of this venue. We have 10 teams, which we have. I think for myself, is probably a couple of top teams in the nation currently right now playing. You have STD, FI, you have Up Top, which is on fire currently right now, coming off the STV tournament, coming off the East Coast Nationals. You know what I mean? And just right now losing the championship in Cleveland. So you got Buck Boys, you got SBG Bulls, you got the rematch last year in October, which is the Elite Showdown 3, which is going to be SBG Elite against Buck Boys. I say this, man, with this mixed pool play, they're going to go ahead and break down to the next day on Sunday to their division single elimination bracket. So you get to play some comp, and then at the end of the day, you're going to stay in your division and play those teams in their brackets. So the 8-man team right now is it's on fire, and I think it's going to be a good one.
June, you there, bro?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I just went out a little bit. Yeah, so that's what we have. Yeah, just move on to the next. Move on to the next. So currently, right now,
Yeah.
what's next? We got our D3. If I'm seeing there, you got D3. You got 6 teams coming out in there. Currently, right now, you got the Pittsburgh All Stars out of Pittsburgh. We with this we have a lot of teams coming from everywhere. So that's what I like about this tournament. It's a total of 24 teams. With the D3, you know, you have Empire, Dadro, which is a former champion. You know, champion after Ohio State. Gotham Knight is brand new. They're coming to shop with us, so that's pretty cool. And then you got Empire, which is coming off of Jason's Smith's Nationals, and they won a national. So there's some heat in here. I think what it is, we produce. There's teams that produce championships, and there's teams that are new to the venue, and they're traveling, they're seeing it. So it's good to see a mix of different cities coming in. Yeah. So this open is going to be a banger. There's a lot of teams. These teams see each other. But I feel just with the Goodfellas finally locking in, locking in for West Virginia and DXB being on fire, man. Everybody else is in there, but these two teams is something we got to look for. The Goodfellas just came off winning Jesse's tournament. EXB's been out there balling, so we have the movement that's always been on the top three. We got a new team coming out there. We got the Athletic Anonymous. They're coming out. Athletes Anonymous. They're coming out of Maryland. So you got a Maryland team traveling out this way too. So once again, we got teams coming out everywhere. You know what I mean? From Pittsburgh, Ohio, Maryland. Much love to everybody that's traveling. Safe travels to everybody that's coming too. But this one right here is going to be a banger. I see everybody here showing up for that show. You breaking in now? You still there?
Yeah, I think the podcast is going in and out. I don't know if it's Mike that's going on. It's kind of going in and out with it a little bit. But let me see right here. I'm just checking something real quick. Give me one sec, guys.
You're good. You're good. If y'all right now hear me and what you guys see in the screen, man, this is a big collab. I know Giuseppe is one of you got it up there. This is our world championship. Currently, right now, we wanted to make a movement. I know there's a national title in January, but we wanted to make a world champion. The Elite Series and Smash Mouth out of California. We're doing big things. You know what I mean? I think what we're doing, we're unifying in all these leagues. So if you guys see the flyers, you currently see about currently over 10 leagues that are affiliated in this Elite Series. And we're all combining, showing a lot of love, shutting shit down for we can make this tournament the best out what it is. And, what is it coming now and just saying, hey, I'm a world champion, elite, and a national champion. You know what I mean? That'd be dope for a team to venture off, come out here in Vegas. We're at Heritage Park. Heritage Park is currently right now where USA flag goes. It's a beautiful park. We have 7 turf fields. No, two turf fields and 5 grass fields. Full fields. Beautiful facility. You guys look it up. Currently, right now, we have registration open for $25. It's only open for a couple more weeks. In the past, I think 2 or 3 weeks, we have over 25 registrations. So this one's gonna be big. Everybody's affiliated with it. Northfield's on it. Everybody, Jesse, JD, Chris, Waffle, all the way from the West Coast to the East Coast. So World Championship, November 23, 24. It's gonna be.
And then we got the kids showdown, right, June?
Yeah, man, we on fire with this. So currently, right now, shout out to Giuseppe and Chicago. We have the Midwest. We have the Midwest Showdown. We're going to be coming out there with the AFFL youth. While the adults will be going on, we're going to be in the back. So if you guys are interested of joining, we're going to be owning on Saturday only. We're going to have kids football. There's no limit. We're going to take as much as we can. Tap in, and at the end of the day, we got a nice little series, and Ultimate Championship is going to be in Canton. So we're going to be presenting that here this upcoming week of our details of all our tournaments. But yeah, the youth is there also. So we as a business is trying to mold everything. So you have an option to just stay at home and shop with us, man. So all the way from the youth, all the way from the adults, and I know currently right now with the Midwest Showdown coming on, we got co-ed, we got small ball, we got it all. So
yeah, we're going to talk about that right now, man. I mean, you're talking about just in general, we're talking about the youth side. Slightly named, but we're still the Midwest. But with the Midwest Elite Showdown, which is the adult side of that tournament at Olympic Park, something that, it's last year, the open division won 6K for eights. So that's our minimum again this year. We can get that to 10. Let's get those teams signed up. The tournament was great. You can go back, watch all the videos you want of the tournament, see the experience, see the highlights, tap into ours, Inspired Visuals. The deposits are low to get in. Get your guys' team in. Go on the site. register. As you saw, I mean, Goodfellas couldn't say for himself. We handed them that money right then and there when they won that 2K. So we're out there. We're with the music. We're on the spot. Now it's going to be an amazing time in Chicago. We're expecting great weather this year. We got the hotels bookings discounts already. There's a hotels that are right down the street from the park that we're getting set up with great rates, with comfortability, easy access, and it's just going to be a great weekend here in Chicago. I mean, I'm hoping we do all these divisions. We'll see how it is. This is the first year we're doing all these. We're trying to introduce more and more. But I can tell you right now, from the interest that we've had, we should fill out almost all the fives and then the eights for the 8D3 and then open. So it's going to be fun. Looking forward to having everyone out there. And we're talking about just in general. Let me see here. That's it for that. But it's gonna be overall. It's gonna be a great weekend on both sides for here in Chicago and over there in West Virginia. I mean, just stay in, stay tuned, look out for everyone, look out for the media. Uh, I'm going to be doing my thing here with my crew. Drew's going to be doing his thing with his crew. And thank you to all the sponsors that make this happen. Uh, we don't owe everything going on. We appreciate you guys still believing in our series, believing in our tournaments. Thank you to the teams and everyone for signing up because we do appreciate it. Because without y'all guys, that's kind of that for that. I mean, I can't say it
Yeah.
any other way. I
Nah,
mean, thank you.
that's super solid. Capitalize on that, especially Chicago, man. And there's one thing, to the Phantoms, to the Windy City Hammers, to VGs, to 4TF. Currently Reapers just came down. I know, not. I think it's not perfect. Was trying to. It's just the support is super crazy from their side. So what we're trying to do is just trying to show love, man. I can't wait to be out there in July. I'll be there myself. I'll be helping you guys out. I'll be on deck with anything. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the sponsor. Shout out to the main guy that's been holding this down for the sponsor, Empire Sportswear, has been just taking care of us, holding us down with everything. It's just right now, it's just we're on fire with everything. I think we're creating a brand for ourselves and making our identity. Um, we do good product. We're honest businessmen. We're just trying to make fun out of flag football. So, y'all, you got any questions? Y'all got our numbers, and let's ball out. You know what I'm saying? For upcoming, let's talk about upcoming really quick. I know we got Virginia Beach in June. Anybody want to shop for Virginia Beach? Virginia Beach is going to be one of the biggest tournaments out in Virginia. Then in July we got Chicago, and then in August we got Ohio State Hall of
Hey,
Fame.
don't
What's up?
forget Empire's tournament first week of July.
Yeah. First week of July, July 6th is right now. Honestly, and thank you for that, brother. Right now we have 32 teams registered. 32 teams registered, fully registered and paid for this tournament out in July 6th, which is July 6th. And currently, I'll be out in the youth in Orlando. But July 6th is going to be a banger. So from July 6th to July, what is it? What's your
13th
date?
and 14th,
13th
the
and
weekend
14th.
after.
Yeah, the weekend after, and then we settle in August, which is I think the 17th and 18th. Which that's just gonna be epic. Last year we hit the number of 47 teams, and I think with the crew, with Northfield and everybody came out. I think at one stream we hit over 20,000, 30,000 people that were watching one stream. So the media is on point, the facilities on point. Shit, motherfuckers were walking around with margaritas in their hand. So, uh, Ohio State is going to be a banger. And then, everything else around it, you guys just
I
check
mean,
out.
last year we did our thing there last year. You know what I
Oh, my
mean?
God.
So like we went out there with the team. We're hoping we'll do that again. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's one thing about our series is that and we take in as a group. We care about showcasing the athletes that are coming out. They're spending their money and time here. We're putting them on a stage. We're getting them the videos and the everything to it. So it's definitely gonna be Jeremy. You can't see you, bro. You see what there was in the
I can
background.
hear you though.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
Jeremy's
mean,
hungry as hell.
and then let them know if you guys want to shop with us and try to figure all this out and be like, hey, where to register, guys. We're very simple. Tell them Giuseppe, it's very simple. Go on your
Elite
phone.
Series app.
Go
Elite
listen.
Series app, man. You'll see all the tournaments.
Yep.
But hey, I want to make something clear though for all those who are going out there. with there being media and all that being said, we do appreciate everyone having their own media, but always check in because we have certain guys at each tournament that we want to make sure we take care of, that we're making those deals with as well. And then we want to make sure we're taking care of those teams because those guys are working their butts off. So definitely want to book with them when we advertise them because those are the guys that are going to get the full access to facilities. But we appreciate everyone that wants to showcase all that media and all that extra stuff. We just got to keep doing that one thing with us where, we're out there. That's basically what to say. I mean, we're out there, but just respect the fact that it's an event. Everyone has a part. Let's all chip in together and let's do everything by the book. No backdoor stuff and stuff like that. So that's the only thing I gotta say.
Yeah, no, it's solid. Like once again, like you said, if you're looking for a tournament, download the Elite Series app. It's on any Android, on any Apple. Currently, right now, Giuseppe's going to be running the July tournament out there. I'm currently
It's already on
running.
there.
Yeah, it's already on there. The West Virginia is currently live right now, so you guys can check out your schedule. I want to shout out to all the directors. All the directors has been holding us down. We got Jeff. What's up, Jeff? We got Smoke out of DC. We got Jesse. We got all of them. JD. Everybody that's been a support system on this has been a major crush to us. So we really appreciate it. And like I said, download the app, find out the information, follow us on any social media. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So pretty much we just expanded to the West Coast. You never know where we at next. Maybe Puerto Rico next year. You know what I mean?
Oh, well, that'll be something. Well, that's pretty much it for the Memorial Day side of things. I mean, Jared, we can hop on in a second and talk about our rec because I'm going to restart the live with it. But Jared, June, do you have anything else you want to say before we hop off and we just do our second half of our podcast?
Nah, shout out to Northfield Flag Football League. Shout out to Jerv. Shout out to you. You guys are doing a fucking hell of a job with this podcast, putting it on for the players, putting on for the leagues. This is what it is. This is the old mecca of flag football. I know a lot of people see it, but when we join together and we join forces, this is what it is. So, shout out to you guys making a platform for these players, for these leagues, and everybody else that want to speak the real. You know what I mean? Anytime that, like I tell them, the Elite Real Talk and the podcast out there, people speak your mind. This is the platform for it. So shout out to you guys once again.
Well, we'll see everyone Sunday on our show. And we'll be tuning. We'll check in with you live in West Virginia at some point on Saturday and Sunday. And then we'll check in here too. So we'll definitely we'll see you at some point during this weekend, and we'll pop in with you. All right, man.
All right,
so
man,
we're gonna go ahead.
You guys stay blessed, man. Like I said, shout out to you guys, man, and you guys have a hell of a fucking weekend this week.
You too, man.
All right. All right, guys.
Much love.
See you, Jude.
All right.
We're going to talk about our other stuff in just a sec. Before we do that, we're going to tone it down real quick. We're going to turn it off and restart it. So that way we're not boring all the Elite page with all of our in-league talk.